Picture this. Two titans stand opposed, not in a battlefield of clashing powers, but in a quiet, devastated city square. One, cloaked in crimson and steel, eyes burning with a fierce, unyielding conviction. The other, serene in his wheelchair, a gaze filled with an unwavering dream. Their powers could tear the world apart, yet it is their words, their deeply held beliefs about the future of an entire species that ignite the true conflict. This is the enduring, profound struggle between Professor Charles Xavier and Magneto, Eric Lehnsherr, a clash that forms the very backbone of the X-Men narrative. At its heart, this saga is a philosophical debate about civil rights, prejudice, and the best path forward for a persecuted minority. For decades, Charles Xavier championed a vision of peaceful coexistence, believing that mutants and humans could and must live together in harmony. He saw the potential for understanding, for empathy, and for a world where differences were celebrated, not feared. His dream was built on integration, education, and the hope that humanity, given time and guidance, would overcome its prejudices. He truly believed in the inherent good within people. Magneto, however, saw things very differently. His perspective was forged in the unimaginable crucible of the Holocaust, a trauma that left an indelible scar on his soul. He witnessed firsthand the horrors humanity was capable of inflicting upon those deemed other, those perceived as different. For Eric, this wasn't just ancient history, it was a terrifying prophecy. He believed that mutants, gifted with extraordinary abilities, were the next step in human evolution, but also the next target for humanity's irrational fear and hatred. His traumatic past led him to a stark, chilling conclusion. For mutants to survive, they must not merely coexist, they must assert their dominance. They must be strong enough to never again be victims. This fundamental disagreement created an ideological chasm between two men who were once the closest of friends, allies who shared a common vision for a better world. Xavier saw Magneto's methods as a dangerous escalation, a path to war that would only perpetuate the cycle of hatred. Magneto, in turn, viewed Xavier's peaceful overtures as naive, a perilous gamble that would inevitably lead to mutant subjugation or, worse, extinction. Let's consider Xavier's approach. He established the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, not just as a training ground for young mutants to control their powers, but as a sanctuary. It was a place where they could feel safe, understood, and learn to harness their abilities responsibly, to become heroes who would inspire trust and bridge the gap between species. His X-Men were, in essence, ambassadors, individuals proving that mutants could be a force for good, that they deserved a place in the world. He believed in the power of example, of education, and of an unshakable faith in humanity's capacity for change. Magneto, conversely, understood power. He formed the Brotherhood of Mutants, an organization dedicated to protecting mutants by any means necessary. For him, the time for dialogue was over. The time for action was at hand. His actions, often perceived as villainous, were, in his mind, acts of self-preservation. He sought to demonstrate mutant superiority, to instill fear in their oppressors, believing that only through strength and the threat of reprisal could mutants truly secure their future. His philosophy was a deeply cynical one, born from the deepest pain, asserting that humanity would only respect that which it feared. This isn't merely a battle of good versus evil. It's a profound debate about the most effective, ethical, and sustainable way to achieve justice and safety for a minority group facing systemic prejudice. It mirrors historical debates in our own world. The question of whether to pursue nonviolent resistance and integration or to advocate for more assertive, even militant forms of self-determination and separation. Both Xavier and Magneto were driven by an intense love for their fellow mutants, and both were convinced that their path was the only one that truly offered salvation. Their story forces us to ponder some uncomfortable questions. Is hope a shield or a vulnerability? Is fear a legitimate motivator for self-defense or a self-fulfilling prophecy of conflict? Can peace truly be achieved when one side has been historically brutalized? The enduring tension between Charles and Eric is a testament to the complexity of these issues, revealing that there are rarely easy answers when dealing with deeply ingrained prejudice and the desperate struggle for survival. The conflict between Xavier and Magneto is far more than just superpowered battles. It's a timeless allegory. It invites us to examine our own beliefs about justice, about the nature of humanity, and about the choices we make when faced with adversity and discrimination. It reminds us that even with the purest intentions, two individuals can come to profoundly different conclusions about the best way forward. So, in this grand ideological war for Mutantkind's future, what path do you think is the right one? Is it Charles Xavier's unwavering dream of peaceful coexistence, or Magneto's fierce conviction that power and dominance are the only true protections? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this thoughtful conversation.